Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this lesson. Well, I'll start by saying this is an optional lecture. Its purpose is to teach you how to install a local server on your computer. So if you already know what a local server is, you already work with it, if you already know how to install one, you can skip this lesson with no problems. So let's get started. There are several choices for installing a local server. Basically, you need not only the server, which in our case will be Apache, but you also need some applications to manage your database and the PHP language library itself. So let's head over to the Xampp website, which is at www.apachefriends.org. And here on the homepage, we see this information saying that Xampp is the most popular PHP development environment. With it, we can easily install the Apache server with MariaDB, which is equivalent to MySQL, and PHP itself. This is exactly what we need. One of the advantages of Xampp is that it is multi-platform. You can install it on any operating system. As I'm using a Mac, I'm going to download the Mac version. But if you use Windows, for example, you see that the steps for installing are not that different. By the way, in my opinion, the configuration of the Xampp environment in Windows is even easier. But let's go ahead. For this lesson, I'm not going to download the default VM installer. I don't know why, but the VM virtual machine version is not working on my computer. So I'll just download the regular installer. I'm gonna click here and choose another version. Now scroll down to see all options for Mac. If you use another OS, you could also choose another version here on this page. Now I can choose between the PHP versions. As I want to use PHP 7, I can choose one of these options here. In my case, I'm not going to download the file again, as I have done this previously. I'm going to access my downloads folder, double-click the installation file, double-click the application icon, and click on Open. Enter my password, and I'll just proceed with the installation process. Next, next, next. I can uncheck this checkbox here. Next, next. And now the installation begins. Now from here, I can already launch the application or open it later if I want to. I'm gonna uncheck this option here and click on Finish. Now I can go ahead and fire up Xampp. Enter my password again. And here I have the application main screen. Here I can choose to start and stop all the servers. For example, the Apache web server or the MySQL database server. I can even start all at once by clicking on this button. And here I can also configure the Apache server or MySQL, but this will be useful if you have a problem or if you want to do some more advanced configuration. We have our fully functional development environment. To check if everything is really working, let's start all of the servers here at once. Go ahead and click this button, Start All. And let's go back to our browser and type in here localhost/dashboard. If you can't see this screen, it means that the installation is working. If you're not seeing it, first check if the Apache server has started. It has to be green and with the running status. You can also check if there is an error message under the application log. If there are any errors, you see them here, and you can have an idea of what is happening. Okay, to access the database manager, just go to localhost/phpMyAdmin. and you see the screen here. This is where you'll be creating your database to install WordPress, for example. Okay, one more information before we leave for the next lesson. All the projects we create on our local server by default will have to be created inside the Xampp htdocs folder. To find it, you can open your file manager, Applications, Xampp, htdocs. In Windows, this directory is in C, Xampp, htdocs. For our project, for example, we'll be creating a folder called WP. Later on, all your other projects can also be created here with different names, of course. In order to access your project, you will just type in the browser the word localhost followed by the name of the created directory, for example, localhost/WP. Great, but you understand that better in practice in the next lessons. I hope you find this lesson useful and see you in the next lesson. Until then.